Hi, fifth grade. This is Miss Harvey, and today is Wednesday, April 29th. Today we are going to be doing grammar together. So to be prepared to watch this video, you should have open up your grammar work for Wednesday, April 29th. You should have a piece of scratch paper and a writing utensil with you so that you can write your work down. Go ahead and get those materials and come back to the video when you're ready to go. Okay, so if you have those materials ready, what I want you to do right now is go through the worksheet and work through all of the problems. And then after you're done working through them, you'll come back to this video in order to discuss your answers and go over what you wrote down. Pause the video here and do that now. Okay, so if you're continuing this video, that means that you've already worked through all the problems independently. You have your answers written down and you're ready to share them. So let's start going over, starting with section 1. In section 1, we needed to determine the part of speech of the bolded words in the sentence. The first sentence was, I hope that the Patriots continue to be successful this season and win the Super Bowl. What part of speech did you think hope was in this sentence? In this sentence, the word hope functions as a verb because it is what the subject is doing in that sentence. The subject here would be I, and the subject is hoping that the Patriots continue to be successful this season and win the Super Bowl. So the word hope here functions as a verb, and it is also the simple subject in the sentence. The second sentence read, I realize that my hope will fade if they lose their upcoming game this weekend. So first, let's try and figure out what the subject is in this sentence. I agree. The subject here is I again, so we're going to draw a line after I to separate the complete subject from the complete predicate. In this sentence, what is the simple predicate? Great. The simple predicate here is realize. So I know that here, my noun that I'm talking about, the subject would be I, and one of the verbs is realize because that is what the subject I is doing. Now that we understand the sentence a little bit more, we can figure out more about this word hope. So first, let's go through the answer choices and try and see if these parts of speech match the way that hope is being used in the sentence. Let's start with a verb. Is hope being used as a verb in this sentence? No, because it is not what the subject is doing or is in this sentence. So it's not being used as a verb. What about an adverb? Here, hope is not describing a verb, so it's not an adverb either. What about an adjective? For hope to be an adjective, it needs to be describing a noun. So let's go back to the sentence. Is hope describing another noun in the sentence? No, it's not. It's not an adjective. In this sentence, hope is actually being used as a noun. It is a thing that the subject I has. It's not physical. You cannot hold hope in your hand. So it's actually abstract, but it is functioning as a noun or a thing that they have. Their hope will fade away. So now, thinking about those two sentences where hope is being used as a different part of speech, what did you notice about the word hope from those two sentences? So I noticed that the word hope can be used as a different part of speech depending on the context of the sentence. Because in the first sentence, hope was being used as a verb because it was what the subject was doing. But in the second sentence, hope was being used as a noun, and it was actually an abstract noun. It wasn't a thing that you could physically hold in your hands, but it's something that you can think of. You can have hope. So here we learn that the same word can be used as a different part of speech depending on the way it's being used in the specific sentence. For the next section, you are being asked to circle all of the nouns in the sentences below. As a reminder, what are nouns? Exactly. A noun is a person, place, thing, or idea. So while we're doing this, we should be thinking of both common nouns and proper nouns and circling all of the nouns that we see in the sentences. Number 1 said the Brooks student is interested in performing in the play this spring. The nouns here would be Brooks student and play. For number 2, it says the boy swung his arms to make a really long jump. The nouns here are boy, arms, and jump. For number 3, it says Miss Sparks didn't keep her promise and forgot to bring in homemade cookies. The nouns here are Miss Sparks, promise, and cookies. The secret code for today's grammar video and grammar exit ticket is OCEAN. 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 The secret code for today's grammar exit ticket quiz is OCEAN. 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 In the next section, we needed to select the noun in the sentence below. The sentence was, stores will notice an increase in demand over the busy holidays. So as we're trying to figure out parts of speech, it's important to figure out how each word is being used in the sentence. We can start by first figuring out our subject and our predicate of our sentence. What is the complete subject in this sentence? Right, it's stores. So I'll draw my line after stores. So I know what the complete subject is, and I know what the complete predicate here is. Our simple predicate is will notice. It's a verb phrase because will is a to be verb, and it's saying that the stores will notice. So by doing that, we automatically know that notice is not being used as a noun, it's actually being used as a verb. So we can eliminate that choice. Next, we need to think about our definition of a noun. A noun is a person, place, thing, or idea. Busy. Is busy functioning as a noun in this sentence? Well, in this sentence, busy is actually describing the holiday. So busy is not functioning as a noun, it's describing a noun. So that would make it what? Right, that would make it an adjective. Over. Is over a person, place, thing, or idea in this sentence? No. The correct answer choice here would be increase. In this sentence, the word increase is being used as a noun. It's describing something that will happen or something that will be noticed about the demand. And while increase doesn't sound like a word that is being used as a noun, when you look at it in this sentence, you'll see that it actually functions as a noun. For the next section, we needed to combine the sentences into one sentence. The individual sentences were Miss Sparks ran a race, Miss Cueva ran a race, and Miss Washburn also ran a race. What did you notice about these three sentences? Right, I noticed that these three sentences share the same predicate. They all have the predicate of ran a race. What's different about these sentences? Exactly. The subjects are the things that are different about these three sentences. So, if we have three different subjects that share the same predicate, how could we combine these sentences into one sentence? Exactly, we could make a compound subject. So, to combine these sentences, you would make a compound subject and have it share the same predicate. Miss Sparks, comma, Miss Cueva, comma, and Miss Washburn ran a race. That finishes off our grammar lesson for today. If you're feeling confused about any of the topics that we discussed today, make sure you check in with your teacher to get a conference. Otherwise, you should be prepared to go ahead and take the grammar exit ticket quiz for Wednesday, April 29th.